Hi, I'm Harmony. I'm a working mom trying to raise my daughter right while dealing with the worst mother in law on the planet. So there we were at Mark's family barbecue last Saturday. Emma, my 8-year-old, was playing with her cousins in the backyard when Patricia started up with her usual garbage. Emma really needs to learn some manners. Look at her just running around like a wild animal. I watched my daughter playing tag with the other kids, being a normal kid. She's fine, Patricia. They're just playing. Well, I'm just saying. When Mark was her age, he knew how to behave properly in public. Mark walked over with his beer. Mom, what's wrong now? Nothing's wrong. I'm just concerned about Emma's behavior lately. She seems so aggressive. Aggressive? She's playing tag with her cousins. Harmony, you really should consider getting her evaluated. There might be something wrong with her. I felt my blood pressure spike. There's absolutely nothing wrong with my daughter. I'm just trying to help. As a grandmother, I have a right to be concerned. Mark squeezed my shoulder. Mom, Emma's perfectly normal. You're overthinking things. If you say so, dear. Tuesday morning, my phone rang during my lunch break. Mrs. Thompson, this is Mrs. Davis from Emma's school. We need to discuss a formal complaint that was filed regarding Emma's behavior. My heart stopped. A complaint? What kind of complaint? Someone contacted us claiming Emma has been displaying aggressive and violent behavior at home. They're concerned she might be dangerous to other students. That's ridiculous. Who filed this complaint? I can't disclose that information over the phone. Can you come in tomorrow at 3? I hung up shaking. Emma had never shown any aggressive behavior. She was the sweetest kid in the world. That evening, I cornered Mark in our bedroom. Someone filed a complaint with Emma's school saying she's violent and aggressive. What? That's crazy. Emma wouldn't hurt a fly. The school won't tell me who filed it, but I have a pretty good idea. You think it was my mother? Think about what she said at the barbecue. She's been making comments about Emma's behavior for months. Harmony, my mom wouldn't do something like that. She loves Emma. Does she? Because every time we're around her, she finds something wrong with how Emma acts, how I parent, how we handle discipline. You're being paranoid. Am I? Remember last month when she said Emma was too emotional for crying over her scraped knee? Or 2 weeks ago when she said Emma was manipulative for asking for a bedtime story? Mark sat down on the bed. Those were just grandmother concerns. No, Mark. Those were attacks on our daughter and my parenting. And now someone's trying to get Emma in trouble at school with lies. Even if it was her, which I doubt, she probably just misunderstood something Emma did. There's nothing to misunderstand. Patricia has been undermining me since day one, and now she's going after Emma. I'll talk to her. You'll talk to her? Mark, if this was my mother doing this to your kid, you'd be furious. He looked uncomfortable. Let's just see what the school says first. I realized then that I was completely on my own in this fight. Wednesday afternoon, I sat across from Mrs. Davis in her office, my stomach in knots. The complaint came from someone identifying herself as Emma's grandmother. She claimed Emma had several violent episodes at home, including throwing things and hitting family members. That's completely false. Emma has never done any of those things. She also mentioned that Emma destroyed property during tantrums and that you've been unable to control her behavior. This is all lies. Whoever called you is making this up. The caller seemed very concerned. She said her name was Patricia Thompson. My blood ran cold. I knew it. Thursday, I called Emma's dance teacher, Miss Sarah. Oh, Harmony, I was confused by the phone call I got from Emma's grandmother. What phone call? She called asking about Emma's behavior in class. She seemed worried that Emma was being aggressive with the other dancers. What did you tell her? I told her the truth. That Emma is one of our sweetest students. She's never had any behavioral issues here. I hung up and immediately called Coach Martinez from Emma's soccer team. Yeah, some lady called last week claiming to be Emma's grandmother. She was fishing for stories about Emma being violent or aggressive during practice. What did you say? I told her she had the wrong kid. Emma is one of our most well-behaved players. That weekend, Mark insisted we go to his parents' house for dinner. I brought my phone and hit record before we walked in. Mark, can I speak to you in the kitchen? I followed them, keeping my phone recording. I'm really concerned about Emma's development. She seems so troubled lately. Mom, Emma's fine. What are you talking about? Well, I've been doing some research, and her behavior patterns suggest some serious issues. The way she acts out, the aggression, the tantrums. Emma doesn't have tantrums. Mark, you don't see what I see. That child has problems, and Harmony isn't addressing them properly. I stepped into the kitchen. Patricia, Emma is well-behaved and disciplined appropriately. Harmony, denial won't help Emma. She needs professional help before she hurts someone. The only person hurting Emma is you with your constant criticism. I'm trying to help my granddaughter. No, you're trying to undermine my parenting. Sunday, I called Mark's sister, Julie. Julie, I need to ask you something about your mom. Oh God, what did she do now? She filed a false complaint about Emma at school, claiming she's violent and aggressive. That sounds exactly like something she'd do. She did the same thing to my ex-husband Tom when we were married. What do you mean? She called his work claiming he was drinking on the job, cost him a promotion. She also told everyone at church that he was abusive. Why didn't anyone stop her? Dad enables her, and Mark always defends her. She's been manipulating this family for decades. What should I do? Document everything. Mom is smart, but she's also careless when she thinks she's winning. I realized Patricia had been playing a long game, and it was time to play back. 2 weeks later, I called Mark's whole family for an emergency meeting. I think we need to discuss Emma's situation as a family. Patricia has some concerns, and maybe we should all talk about it together. That's a great idea, Harmony. Mom will appreciate being heard. I spent the morning setting up my phone to record in 3 different spots around the living room. Hidden behind picture frames, under the coffee table, anywhere Patricia might stand and talk. Patricia showed up 30 minutes early, just like I knew she would. Harmony, I'm so glad you're finally taking this seriously. Emma really needs intervention. What exactly do you think is wrong with her? Well, she's clearly disturbed. The violence, the outbursts, the complete lack of respect for authority. Julie walked in with her teenage son, Tyler. Julie, thank goodness you're here. We need to discuss Emma's behavioral problems. What behavioral problems? Harmony has been in denial, but Emma is showing signs of serious aggression. She attacked me last week. Emma attacked you? She threw a toy at my head during one of her tantrums. Harmony just laughed it off. Mark's brother, Steve, arrived with his wife, Lisa. Steve, Lisa, we're discussing Emma's issues. She's becoming dangerous. Dangerous? She's 8 years old. Age doesn't matter when a child is violent. She destroyed Harmony's kitchen last month during a meltdown. Lisa looked confused. I was just at your house last week, Harmony. Your kitchen looked fine. Mark and his dad, Robert, walked in together. Now that everyone's here, Patricia, why don't you tell everyone exactly what you think is wrong with Emma? Emma is exhibiting classic signs of antisocial behavior. The school agrees with me. They've documented multiple incidents of violence. The school documented incidents? Yes, Robert. I've been working with them to address Emma's problems since Harmony refuses to. I pulled out my folder. Actually, let's hear what the school really said. I played the recording from Mrs. Davis's office, then the calls with Miss Sarah and Coach Martinez. Wait, you called Emma's dance teacher and soccer coach? I was gathering information to help Emma. You were spreading lies about her. I played the recording from their kitchen 2 weeks ago. That child has problems and Harmony isn't addressing them properly. Harmony lets her get away with everything. No discipline, no boundaries. It's creating a monster. The room went dead silent. Patricia, you said Emma threw a toy at your head and destroyed our kitchen. When exactly did this happen? Well, it was because Emma hasn't been alone with you in 3 months, and our kitchen has never been destroyed. You're twisting my words. Mark stood up. Mom, are you seriously making up stories about Emma? I'm trying to protect this family from a troubled child. Emma isn't troubled. You are. Mark, don't let Harmony turn you against your own mother. Julie crossed her arms. Mom, you did the same thing to Tom. You called his boss with lies. That was different. Steve shook his head. Mom, what the hell is wrong with you? I won't stand here and be attacked by my own children. Then maybe you should leave. Patricia looked around the room at everyone staring at her with disgust and disbelief. You're all going to regret this when Emma seriously hurts someone. The only person hurting anyone here is you. Robert stood up and walked toward Patricia. Patricia, I think you need to leave now. Robert, you're my husband. You're supposed to support me. I can't support lies and manipulation. What you did to Emma and Harmony is unforgivable. Julie stepped forward. Mom, you're not welcome at any more family events. Not until you get serious help. Julie, I'm your mother. And Emma is your granddaughter, but that didn't stop you from trying to destroy her reputation. Steve nodded. I agree with Julie. You're banned from all family gatherings. Mark, tell them they can't do this to me. Mark looked at his mother with pure disgust. Actually, I think they're right. I don't want you around Emma anymore. You're choosing harmony over your own mother? I'm choosing truth over lies. I'm choosing my daughter's well-being over your toxic behavior. Patricia grabbed her purse. You'll all come crawling back when that child shows her true colors. Get out. 2 days later, Patricia called me. Harmony, I think there's been a misunderstanding. I was only trying to help Emma. There's no misunderstanding. You lied to her school, her teachers, and her coaches. I may have exaggerated some things, but I was concerned. You called an 8-year-old child a monster. You tried to get her kicked out of school. I'm willing to apologize if that's what it takes. Your apology means nothing. Stay away from my family. 3 weeks later, Julie called with updates. Harmony, you should know that word is spreading about what Mom did. Mrs. Henderson from church called me. What did she say? Apparently, Mom tried to tell her congregation that Emma was dangerous and needed prayers. Mrs. Henderson asked around and found out Mom has been lying about family members for years. What happened? They asked her to step down from the volunteer committee, said they couldn't trust someone who spreads false stories about children. Mark came home that evening looking relieved. My mom called 3 times today. I didn't answer. How do you feel about that? Free. For the first time in my life, I feel free from her manipulation. She's still your mother. A real mother doesn't try to destroy her own granddaughter's future. Last Saturday, we had our first family barbecue without Patricia. Emma was running around with her cousins, laughing and playing tag. Julie sat down next to me. Look how happy Emma is. She's been different since Patricia stopped coming around. More confident, more relaxed. Robert walked over. Harmony, I owe you an apology. I should have seen what Patricia was doing years ago. Thank you for supporting us now. Steve flipped burgers on the grill. Tyler, tell Emma dinner's ready. Emma ran over, grass stains on her knees and a huge smile on her face. Mom, can we do this every weekend? Absolutely, sweetheart. Mark put his arm around me. This is what family should feel like. Patricia tried calling again that night. Mark blocked her number. The next morning, she sent a letter. I threw it away without opening it. Now here's what I want to know. And this might get controversial. Do you think Mark was wrong for completely abandoning his mother? I mean, Patricia was toxic and destructive, but she's still his mom. Some people are saying he should have tried to get her help instead of just cutting her off entirely. Others are saying he waited way too long to protect his wife and daughter. What's your take? Was Mark a good husband for finally choosing his family? Or a bad son for abandoning his mother when she clearly has issues? And what about Patricia's apology attempts? Should someone always get a second chance when they're family? Or are some lines you just can't uncross? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I guarantee people are going to disagree on this one. And if this story had you on the edge of your seat, smash that like button and subscribe for more revenge stories where the good guys actually win for once.